This is a quick and easy technique that you can use in all kinds of projects. And it actually relies on a feature called clipping mask that we are going to talk about in more detail in the next chapter. So it is going to be like a sneak peek, but this feature works so well with type that I had to mention it. So what I'm going to do is to bring in an image. It could be an illustration done in Illustrator, but I'm going to use an image. So I go to File, Place, and there is this image of the elephant. I actually borrowed this from the Photoshop Masterclass. If you've done that training, you probably recognize the image. So here we have the elephants, and what I'm going to do is to make sure that the text is in front of the elephants. So I go into my layers and drag the linked file underneath. Now that we have them arranged the way I wanted it, I will need to think about which parts of the image I would like to see. So for example, if I have it like this, I can already see that the elephants won't be really visible. So I need to make sure that they are aligned as well, as much as possible, close to how I imagined it to work. And of course, we can always resize the image if we wanted to, but for now, I think this will be fine. So now I need to select both the image and the text together, and then go to the Object menu, choose Clipping Mask, Make. Or notice there's a handy shortcut, Command or Control 7. So if I click on Make, that's the result that we created. So we have a clip group created, if you look at the Layers panel, and there you will be able to select either the image or the text. So if I have the image selected, I can move that around freely, and I can change the position or even the size of the image within the text. At this point, I normally just use the shortcuts, the Shift and arrow keys on the keyboard, to position the image so I can see all the three elephants in this case. Of course, if I want, I can still edit the text as well. So selecting that object, double clicking on it, I can actually change this to something that relates to more what we see in the image. So elephant, let's say like that. And then we just need to make the text slightly smaller and then maybe move it up like so. I actually prefer the other text because it was showing a bit more of them. So I'm going to undo this, but you can imagine that both the image and the text can be adjusted to whatever you wish to achieve. And of course, you will be able to combine this technique with all the other things that we've learned. So you will be able to use touch type. You can also change the character formatting options, combine effects into this, apply strokes, and so on and so forth. Clipping masks in general are extremely useful, and as I mentioned, I'm going to talk about them in more detail in the next chapter. But now we will move on to our last feature I wanted to mention about working with text, and that is called text wrap.